Canada's Transportation Safety Board is making a dramatic recommendation in the wake of the plane crash that killed former Alberta Premier Jim Prentice.
And investigators say they'll likely never know for sure what caused the deadly accident. The Cessna Citation crashed and burned shortly after taking off at night from Kelowna's airport in October of 2016. Prentice, his two friends, and their pilot died. Investigators suspect that the 62-year-old pilot, former RCMP officer Jim Crook, became disoriented during the climb and mistakenly plunged the plane into a deadly descent. They say he did not have the required night flying experience, but say they'll never know for sure because the plane didn't have flight recorders. Kevin Green is live with more on these findings right now. And Kevin, that's really the big recommendation from the TSB, isn't it?
It is, Chris. The chairman of the Transportation Safety Board now says that all commercial and private business operated aircraft in Canada should have flight data recorders installed on board. Right now, thousands of airplanes in Canada fly without those data recorders on board. The TSB said those days must end. It wants Transport Canada to make it mandatory for all commercial flights and flights operated by private business carriers like Norjet to have lightweight flight information recorders on board. Without those devices, investigators say they simply cannot tell for sure what caused this crash.
We don't like having to say we don't know when asked what caused an accident or why. We want to provide definitive answers to the victims' families, to Canada's aviation industry, and to the Canadian public.
The Transport Safety Board also saved its harshest criticisms for Transport Canada, which it says is not properly overseeing the air business in Canada. The TSB says it found no evidence that Transport Canada had ever inspected Norjet. That means the agency didn't know about some of the deficiencies, like failure to obtain approval for single pilot operation of the aircraft and the pilot's lack of night flying experience. Transport Canada only began conducting targeted inspections of private-owned aviation businesses in Canada just this month.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.